Hello and welcome to the Forex Market with Weekly Outlook for April 26 to 30, 2021. My name is Olugbemi and I'm your host and trainer on MS Africa Academy. And today we are going to be looking at into the market to see what we want to do this week. Before we proceed, please remember to subscribe to this channel and click like on the video. Okay? You want to know too that trading currencies, stock, futures, spot currency, whatever you're trading in the market, they have large potential reward, the same way they have large potential risk. So you want to be aware of this risk before you proceed to invest your money in the market. So now let's go into the market. But before we go into the main market, we will want to take a look at the Forex factory and see what is happening there for the week. Okay, so let's take a look at what is happening in for this week. Okay, so for Monday, no high impact news. On Tuesday, we have JPY, and then we have Canadian dollar high impact news. JPY is earlier, uh, but Canadian dollar is 9 p.m. Nigerian time, 9 p.m. GMT plus one. Um, then we have on Wednesday we have Aussie dollar, Australian dollar. We have Hull currencies will be affected by the OPEC meetings. Then we have US dollar. So Wednesday we have to be careful, especially if you're a day short-term trader. You have to be careful because the news may have impact on the currencies. On Thursday we have US dollar, and on Friday we don't have high impact news, although we have some medium impact news. Okay, we have some medium impact news on Friday, but and then on Thursday we also have some other medium impact news, US dollar and the high impact news. Okay, so let's go into the chart now and see what's happening. We are looking at US dollar currency index, DXY now. And from what we can see, last week candle closed bearish. Okay, so our bias remained bearish and it is also still downtrending. Okay, you can see from here that the trend has been down. It is also below our 50 moving average, and last week candle closed with a clean bearish candle. So our bias remains bearish. There may be some level of correction this week before the continuation, but our bias remains bearish. Okay, and so with that, how do we trade the other currencies? We have Euro, US dollar. Okay, so Euro, US dollar, looking at the candle that closed last, we have this bullish candle closing last week. So our bias remained bullish as well. We may also have some correction happening. It may correct back towards this line or just a little bit down, and then it is likely going to continue up. So jumping into the trade immediately will not be a good thing. It's better for you to wait and see what it is going to do. For us, we are doing buy, and we're expecting it to move up this way. However, we expect that it will likely correct before it continues. Okay, that's for Euro USD. So our bias is still bullish, and then we move on to US dollar, Canadian dollar, and it is bearish. Last week candle closed bearish with wick over here above the candle that closed last week. So our bias remains bearish, and we have this week candle pushing down already, and so we are also going to remain bearish with it. And when we say bearish, it means that we are looking for opportunity for sell. All right, so you may want to put in your entry rules and know exactly when you want to get in. Okay, so this was like a bearish a support that has been broken, Okay, so we have like a support on the 4-hour time frame that has been broken, and we have retracement, so it is continuing its way down, and we expect continuation of the bearish move. All right, so let's move on to the weekly, and let us take a look at USD. Okay, this one has also been bullish. However, last week candle, although it's closed bullish and everything is still on a bullish area, but it looks like it is likely going to consolidate more, especially because of the kind of candle that closed last week. Yes, it is green in color, but it has wick above it instead of below, so that will make our bias to be neutral. So we are going to remain neutral on this for now. So bullish neutral, that's what we are on. Okay, so we're going to move on to Australian dollar USD. Australian dollar USD is we had an indecision candle closed in last, and it looks like it is still moving. In all, it is still on our bullish area, but my bias for this one is also bullish neutral. Okay, either it continues bullish or it remains neutral, consolidating around here for this week. Okay, so we have bullish neutral as the bias for this particular one. All right, this one looks more bullish. We had this candle closing last week. It also has a little bit of a wick above it and a little bit more like indecision. So it is more neutral and then also bullish. So bullish neutral. Okay. And then we move on to, so it may continue its way bullish, or it could get up to maybe this resistance and then continue to push its way down. Let's see US dollar JPY. Okay, so we have this one pushing out of here, closing, and then we have all of this candle. Last week candle was bearish, but I also sense that it is likely going to continue the bullish push from here. Okay, so if you look at this, it was a break above all of this area. It broke this line, broke this one, and then even closed above it. Then it has been pushing down since then. So, and it has moved, you know, retraced all the way to this area, like it has done some 30 something percent retracement, and now it may continue its way up. So my bias is bullish neutral for US dollar, USD JPY. More bullish, that's I'm looking more to get some bullish push for this. This one, this one is more bearish. It's been a bearish push down, and then we have this happening. So it is likely going to continue pushing down. Even if it's going to continue its way up, it may take some time. It may push down to this area, then continue its way up. We also want to notice that there's been a close above the 50 moving average, and then now we are seeing retracements. It can continue pushing up again. It may continue this push up. It can also continue its way down. So neutral on this one for now. Okay, so we had this candle. We were expecting it to go all the way up here, but it closed just by the 50 moving average. Then last week candle also tried to push up, and then it closed again. So my bias this week will turn to neutral bearish. Neutral bearish. That's what my bias is looking like right now. Looking at the kind of candle and seeing all of them closing around the 50 moving average. The week before, and then last week candle, although it pushed above it, to close it. So if I see it above this area, I'll be looking to buy, but below it, as long as it remains below the 50 moving average on the 50, on the weekly time frame, then I'll continue to do, I'll look to do a sell. All right, so below this, let me change that to black. So below the black 184.4, I'll be looking to sell. So I'll look to sell it down like this as long as it remains below this. If it closes above this area, then I will be looking to do a buy. But for now, I think this push, it is like a close below this area and then retracement. So it's like this retracement is done around the 50 weekly moving average. So it is likely going to continue its way down again. So if I see opportunity for the continuation of the push down, then we will look to sell. So bearish neutral, that's bias for this. Euro GBP. So Euro GBP, looking at the candle that closed last week, it's more bullish, and so it is likely going to be bullish. It may also remain neutral around this place, and if it's going to be bullish, it may get all the way to around the 50 moving average and then continue its way down. But looking at this main push here, we see that the main trend is down. However, because of this engulfing candle and what we had closing last week candle, we will expect a short-term bullish push on this bullish neutral. So I'll call it a short-term bullish push on neutral, or it remains neutral. But I'm not. I think my bias tends more towards a bullish push for the week. Okay, and then we have Euro Canadian Dollar. Euro Canadian Dollar is fully a downtrend. It's been a downtrend for some times. From here, you see, it's been a downtrend, and we have all of this big push up. And I think it is likely going to continue its way down. So my bias on Euro Canadian Dollar is bearish. This one, my bias is, oh, it looks like we have neutral more. It's more in a consolidation. So I'm still on a neutral for this until there's a push closing below this. If I say a close below this, my trend line here, then I'll continue to look to sell down here. So it is more neutral. So my bias on that is neutral. And then we have Euro NZD, also more neutral bullish. It was pushing up from here, and then it's been consolidating around it. So it's still inside this consolidation. If we have it outside of the consolidation, we'll be looking to make a decision then. So okay, so it is inside this consolidation. For a day trader, you may see opportunity to do some buy sell in between, but the bias is neutral, so I'm going to leave it at just neutral. It's still inside that consolidation. So this also consolidating, really, it's consolidating around here. But if you look at what has happened here, it is the trend is bullish. There's been a close above this. There has been consolidating for some times, and if there's any break above the area where it is right now, then I'll continue to look to buy at least up to this point. Okay, so it is consolidating, but I think my bias is still bullish neutral. Okay, it may remain neutral, but it is also still in the bullish range. Then we have Gbp Jpy, and looking at that, we can see that the main trend is up, and then this has been consolidating. It may push down a little more this week, but the major trend is up. So for now, in the short term, it is likely going to continue down for a while, maybe push down to somewhere like this before it's way up. So it is more neutral bearish. Okay, so it is around a resistance now, but it is still playing around the below the resistance. So it is likely bearish neutral. Sorry, bullish. So yeah, bearish neutral. Then I have GBP NZD. Okay, so we were looking at situation like this before. There was a close above this area, and we were looking at it retracing and then continuing its way up. But it looks like the down push, is still continuing. Now I have a trend line below here. If I see a close below the trend line, perhaps below the 1.915, then I'll be looking to sell. But as long as it remains above there, it will be a buy. Okay, so I'll sell below 1.91, 1.91 what? 916, and buy above the 50 moving average. Okay, buy above 50 MA on weekly. Okay, but it's still neutral for now. Then this one, my bias is bearish. My bias is bearish for GBP Jpy. Sorry, GBP AUD. It's fully downtrending. It's below our 50 moving average. It pushed up for some times, and it got to this area, and it looks like it is likely going to continue its way down right now. Okay, so bearish. And then we have which one again? We have GBP Canadian Dollar. For that one, we were looking for it to continue its way up like this, but no, sorry, down. But it first pushed up and then it is coming back down. My bias remains bearish for this because of the kind of candle that closed last week. So my bias on this is also bearish, and I expect it to continue its way down. And then we have Gbp Chf. Sorry, this one has been consolidating for the last 2 weeks thereabout. So, but we had a big engulfing candle. We have an engulfing candle like 3 weeks ago. So bearish neutral, because it's been consolidating. It may remain neutral, but it must also go bearish. And then we have this. This is still in a bearish area, sorry, bullish push area. And then we have this. It has retraced. It has gone up. This one looks like a retracement, and then it is likely going to continue up. So my bias for this is neutral, bullish. And then we have AUD Canadian Dollar. Oh well, the whole trend has been up for quite some times, and then we have this coming down and then this pushing up. And last week candle looks more bearish, so bearish neutral is what I have. Yes, it is still above our moving average, but it may continue to push down, looking at the kind of candles that have been closing for some times now. So bearish neutral is the bias. Here you do JPY. Neutral bullish. The trend is bullish, but it's been in a consolidation, and we won't take it until we see it outside of this consolidation. But because of the trend, we are looking more towards the bullish area. So if it pushes out of this consolidation and we see it above 84.9, then we'll be looking to buy. Well, anything from 85. Let's just put it that way, from 85. Okay. So it is bullish neutral. That's the bias for this. this one remains bullish. The trend for this looks bullish. However, we have some looking like retracements last week, so I'll say neutral bearish. It is likely going to complete like head and shoulder pattern. We have this shoulder and then we have this head, and this is forming, and then it may continue like this. It may also continue its way up, but looking at what closed the week, although it is above our 50 moving average, it may continue its way down. So let's wait and see what happens, but my bias is neutral bearish. Gbp Jpy, so we have this pushing up, retracing, and then we expect it to continue. So it's been consolidating for some times, but it's my bias is bullish, neutral bullish for this. Okay. And for Canadian dollar, the trend is bullish. Last week candle closed with a wick below it, though it's bearish color, but I expect a continuation of the push up. So I'll say bullish trend. It is still bullish. And then finally we have crude oil. Let's take a look at crude oil before we call it a day. Okay, crude oil is also still in the bullish area, but it's been consolidating for some time, so neutral for that. And that's basically it for this week. Thank you very much for being a part of our class for this week. Don't forget, we have our courses on the MS Africa Academy. We have the Forex Varsity. We did a free class yesterday. I'm going to drop the link to the replay below there. So if you have not watched it, you can go and learn how to hack the ultimate forex trading secrets. Okay, so I'm dropping the link below. You can watch it, and if you want to be a part of our academy, we have the Forex Varsity. It is still going on discount till the end of today, Monday 26th of April. And if you want to be a part of the class, please reach out to me. I'm also dropping a WhatsApp number on below there. You can send me a chat and we can conclude on how to get you to be a part of our academy. Don't forget, be sure to follow our channel. All right, thank you and have a beautiful week ahead.